Hello, this is Anne-Louise and I'm going to tell you the first chapter of Santa's Moonbeam right now. Once upon a time, a long time ago, when I was a little girl, my adventure began. It was a cold December night, and I was snuggled up in bed, trying hard to go to sleep, but I couldn't because I was too excited about Christmas. My brother and sister were asleep in their beds next to me. Our dog was asleep on the rug by my bed. My parents, of course, were sleeping in their bedroom. As I lay there, looking out the window, a moonbeam came right down through my window and made a circle of light in the middle of our bedroom floor. I was just looking at it and I heard a noise. Blinkety, 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 blink. I looked at that moonbeam where the noise seemed to be coming from, and there seemed to be a figure tumbling down it. Blinkety, 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 plonk. Right in the middle of that circle of light, there stood a little elf. He brushed himself off and he said, "My name is Timothy. I've come to take you and your brother and your sister up to the North Pole to see Santa's workshops." I couldn't believe it. He was dressed all in red. He looked like an elf. He had a red cap with a pom-pom and a red shirt and red trousers and little tiny red shoes that turned up at the end with a white pom-pom. He said, "Come on, hurry up. Get your brother and sister out of bed. We don't have much time." I woke them up. "Sister, brother, Timothy's here. We're going to the North Pole." And they were rubbing the sleep out of their eyes. They didn't know what I was talking about. But when they looked over and saw Timothy, they leapt out of bed. He said to us, "Put your robe and slippers on, children. I don't want you to get cold at the North Pole." And so we did, as fast as we could. And then he said, "Come now in the circle of the moonbeam." "How will we get to the—" "Shh," he said. "Just listen, and I'll tell you what to do." "Can we bring our dog?" "Yes," he said. "Shh, now listen. You hold my hand." And he held out his hand, and I grabbed his hand, which was very warm, and a faint smell of chocolate sort of surrounded us. He said, "Now you grab your brother's hand. Brother, grab sister's hand. Sister, let the dog grab your robe." And we did that. And he said, "Everyone in the circle." And poof! Before we knew it, plunkety, 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 blinkety, 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 blink. We were going up the moonbeam. We got to the top in no time, and we looked down one side. We could see our little house. We looked down the other side. We could see, well, it looked like the North Pole. There were little tiny houses with twinkling lights, and we could see smoke from their chimneys, and the moonbeam on that side went right into the middle of the path by those houses. Timothy said, "Hold on tight now. This is going to be fun." And we held on, and we jumped, and blinkety, 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 blinkety. But then I looked back, and I saw my sister, and the dog seemed to be going down a different moonbeam. She had let go of my brother's hand. "Timothy," she said, "just hold on. Blinkety, 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 plonk." We landed on a snowy path. We stood up and brushed ourselves off. It was funny. We weren't even cold, and that smell of chocolate, oh, it was delicious. But I was worried about my little sister. You see, I was the oldest, and I had to take care of her. "Timothy, where is—" He just smiled at me and pointed. And from the other direction, down the path, came little sister trotting with the dog. "Hey, I had so much fun. You should try that moonbeam next time." I was about to scold her, and Timothy said, "Shh," again. "Just listen." And he gathered us around him. "All right, children, we're going to see some of Santa's workshops. And you never know what might happen there." Well, when we looked all around, we could see on either side of the path were these little houses, and they had little tiny windows with little window panes, all surrounded with lights. And the edges of the houses all had lights. And there was smoke coming up the chimney, and as far as we could look down the path, there were little houses, and at the end there was a great big house covered in lights. "Come along," said Timothy. "We must get to our first shop." And we trotted behind him. He turned into one little path and walked toward the door. Oh, we were so excited. And from that house, the smell of cinnamon came and joined with that faint smell of chocolate. Timothy raised his hand to knock on the door. And next time, I'll tell you what workshop that was. Until I see you again, sweet dreams.